Welcome back to the channel, Rarest Coins. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves finding hidden treasures, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're diving into the 2019 P quarter dollar coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another quarter in your pocket, but you might be shocked to learn that some of these coins can be worth a lot more than 25 cents. In fact, there's one specific 2019 P quarter that was sold for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million at auction. That's right, some 2019 P quarters are worth serious money, and in today's video, we're going to explore the history behind the 2019 P quarter, why some of them are worth so much, and how you can identify a valuable one in your collection. Let's jump right in. To start off, let's look at the basics. The 2019 P quarter dollar is part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, a program launched by the U.S. Mint in 2010 to honor national parks and historic sites across the United States. Each year, 5 new designs are released, representing different states and territories. In 2019, the U.S. Mint released 5 quarters featuring national parks and historical sites from the country. The 2019 P quarter is part of this series, and the specific design on the reverse of the coin represents the American Memorial Park, which is located in the U.S. territory of the Northern Mariana Islands. One of the standout features of the 2019 P quarter is its P mint mark, which indicates that the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. This is significant because for most of U.S. history, quarters were minted in either Denver or San Francisco, with the Philadelphia Mint generally responsible for producing coins like pennies and nickels. However, in 2019, for the first time, the Philadelphia Mint produced circulating quarters with the P mint mark. This made the 2019 P quarter special and instantly caught the attention of coin collectors. While this coin may seem like just another quarter to most people, it's actually a historical piece that's captured the interest of collectors and numismatists alike. What makes the 2019 P quarter dollar so unique? Well, it all comes down to the mint mark. Prior to 2019, quarters produced at the Philadelphia Mint were typically marked with an S for San Francisco or a D for Denver. The P mint mark had been reserved for pennies in prior years, so when the U.S. Mint decided to mint quarters with a P mark in 2019, it created a buzz in the coin collecting world. The 2019 P quarter was the first ever circulating quarter minted with the P mint mark, which makes it a historic coin in itself. The rarity of the mint mark combined with the fact that these coins were only made for 1 year has made the 2019 P quarter highly collectible, even without any errors or defects. However, it's not just the P mint mark that makes this coin valuable. As we'll get into shortly, the real value comes from rare errors that were made during the minting process, and certain 2019 P quarters are worth significantly more than their face value. Now, let's talk about what truly makes the 2019 P quarter worth thousands or even millions of dollars. In the world of coin collecting, errors are incredibly valuable. These errors can happen during the minting process, and they often result in a coin being struck incorrectly. The more noticeable and unique the error, the higher the value of the coin. One of the most significant errors to look out for on a 2019 P quarter is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin malfunctions, causing some parts of the design to appear doubled. For the 2019 P quarter, this could show up in the date or the inscription E pluribus unum. Double die errors are some of the most sought-after coins in the collector's market. The doubling effect can be subtle or very pronounced, and the more extreme the doubling, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another important error to be aware of is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, which causes part of the design to be cut off. If the coin's design is significantly off-center, it can be worth a lot of money, especially if the error is very noticeable. There is also a die crack error, which is when a crack appears on the die used to strike the coin. This can leave raised lines or imperfections on the coin's surface. Although die cracks are generally not as valuable as double die or off-center errors, they still add value and are sought after by collectors. The key here is that these errors Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about a coin that has been making waves in the coin collecting world, and it might just be hiding in your pocket or your coin jar. We're talking about the 2017 P quarter dollar coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another regular quarter, but trust me, some of these coins can be worth a lot more than you'd expect. In fact, they could be worth as much as $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, if you've got a 2017 P quarter or you're into coin collecting, this video is for you. We'll break down the history of this quarter, its value, and the rare and unique versions that could make you a lot of money. Let's dive in. Let's start by talking about the basics of the 2017 P quarter dollar coin. The 2017 P quarter was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which the U.S. Mint started in 2010. This series honors national parks and sites from around the country with unique designs on the reverse side of the coin. In 2017, the U.S. Mint released 5 new designs, one for each of the states and territories represented. The specific design on the 2017 P quarter you're likely to come across features the national park in the state of Pennsylvania, more specifically, the Pennsylvania Liberty Bell design. Now, the key feature here is the P mint mark, which signifies that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Historically, the Philadelphia Mint has been responsible for minting many U.S. coins, but most quarters over the years have been produced in Denver and San Francisco. 2017 was the first year the Philadelphia Mint produced quarters with the P mint mark, making this particular coin the first of its kind. When it was first released, the 2017 P quarter was just another coin in circulation, with no indication that it would one day become a rare and valuable piece for collectors. So, what makes the 2017 P quarter dollar so special? Well, it's mainly due to its unique mint mark. Prior to 2017, the Philadelphia Mint didn't use the P mint mark on quarters. Instead, the mint mark D was more commonly used for coins produced at the Denver Mint. So, when the U.S. Mint started producing quarters at the Philadelphia Mint with the P mint mark, it was a significant change that caught the attention of collectors. Because of this historic decision, the 2017 P quarter became an instant collector's item. In fact, there's a lot of buzz around the fact that the U.S. Mint had never before added the P mint mark to regular circulation quarters. It was a big deal, and many collectors started hoarding these quarters in hopes they might become valuable in the future. But even though it's special in that sense, that's not the only reason these coins are worth money. Let's move on to the next reason why the 2017 P quarter dollar is so highly sought after. Now, let's talk about the most important factor driving up the value of certain 2017 P quarters: error coins. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for errors, small mistakes made during the minting process. Sometimes, these errors can make a coin extremely rare and valuable. One of the most significant errors found on the 2017 P quarter is the double die error. A double die occurs when the die that is used to stamp the design onto the coin malfunctions, causing the design to be struck twice, resulting in a doubled image. For the 2017 P quarter, this means that certain areas of the design, like the text or features on the bell, appear doubled or misaligned. The double die error is one of the rarest and most valuable types of coin errors. The more noticeable and pronounced the doubling is, the more valuable the coin can be. Some of these 2017 P double die error quarters have sold for thousands of dollars in auctions. So, if you come across a 2017 P quarter with noticeable doubling in the design, it could be worth much more than face value. Another notable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or off-center. While this error is not as common as the double die error, it still makes the coin much more valuable, especially if the off-center strike is dramatic. But that's not all. Another error that has been found on some 2017 P quarters is the die crack error. This occurs when a crack forms in the die, causing a raised line or imperfection to appear on the coin. Although these types of errors are less dramatic than the double die or off-center strikes, they still make the coin more value. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are diving into a fascinating topic that could make you a lot of money if you happen to have the right coin in your collection. We're going to talk about the 2008 D quarter dollar. This particular coin might seem like just another quarter at first glance, but some of these coins are worth a lot of money. Up to $1.1 million, to be exact. So, if you've got any 2008 D quarters lying around, or if you're into coin collecting, stick around. We're going to break down the history of the 2008 D quarter, its value, and the rare versions that could be worth a fortune. Let's get started. First, let's start with some basics. The 2008 D quarter dollar is part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program. This program ran from 1999 through 2008, and during that time, each state received its own quarter design. The 2008 year marked the last batch of state-specific quarters, which included designs for the states of Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arizona, Alaska, and Hawaii. The D in the 2008 D quarter stands for the Denver Mint, where the coin was struck. This mint is one of the primary facilities that produces coins for circulation. Each year, billions of coins are minted at the Denver Mint, and the 2008 D quarter was no exception. But while most of these coins are worth just 25 cents, the 2008 D series has gained some serious attention from collectors, particularly due to some rare and valuable error coins. Let's take a closer look at why some of these quarters are worth so much. So, why exactly is the 2008 D quarter worth so much money? The answer lies in a few special error coins that were accidentally minted and have become very valuable. Coin collectors pay close attention to any misprints or errors that occur during the production process, and some of these errors can make a coin worth far more than its face value. One of the most significant errors found in the 2008 D quarters is the double die error. This occurs when the die used to stamp the design onto the coin is misaligned and strikes the coin multiple times. This results in a doubled image, where parts of the design, such as the text or numbers, appear slightly off-center or more prominent than they should. The 2008 D double die error coins are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. These error coins can sell for hundreds, even thousands, of dollars, depending on the condition of the coin. But there's an even rarer version that is worth far more. Some of these error coins have been known to fetch prices upwards of $10,000 at auctions. But hold on, there's an even more extraordinary example that is worth millions. This is where it gets really interesting. Believe it or not, there was a 2008 D quarter that sold for an astounding $1.1 million at an auction. This particular coin was a 2008 D Hawaii quarter, which is part of the last batch of state quarters. What made this coin so valuable? It was struck with an extremely rare error known as the reverse proof error in normal coin production. Reverse proof coins are struck in a way that creates a shiny background with a frosted design. Reverse proof coins are usually created in small quantities and are highly coveted by collectors. However, this particular 2008 D quarter had the reverse proof design on the wrong side of the coin, creating a very unique and rare mistake. Because of this error, the coin became incredibly valuable, and when it went up for auction, it reached a price of $1.10 million. Now, it's important to note that such a high price isn't common for most 2008 D quarters. But this is a prime example of how a small mistake during the minting process can turn a simple coin into a highly valuable piece of numismatic history. So, how do you know if you have a rare 2008 D quarter that could be worth a lot of money? The first thing to look for is any visible errors. The most common and valuable error in the 2008 D series is the double die error. To spot this, you'll need to carefully examine the coin for any doubling or misalignment in the text or design elements, particularly on the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or the year 2008. Another feature to pay attention to is the coin's condition. Like with any collectible item, the better the condition, the higher the value. If you have a 2008 D quarter that looks like it just came off the press with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, then it's more likely to be worth more than a worn coin. Lastly, if you suspect that your 2008 D quarter might have a hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an exciting topic for all of you coin enthusiasts and collectors out there. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the 2006 D quarter dollar coin, a coin that, to many, might just seem like a regular quarter. However, some of these coins are worth far more than their face value, with some fetching prices up to $1.2 million. So if you've got any 2006 D quarters hanging around, this could be your chance to discover if you're holding on to a fortune. Let's explore the fascinating history, the valuable errors, and how you can identify a 2006 D quarter that could make you a lot of money. Let's start with some basic facts about the 2006 D quarter dollar. In 2006, the United States Mint released quarters as part of the State Quarters program. The program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, featured a special quarter design for each state. Each year, 5 new designs were introduced, and these coins became incredibly popular with collectors. The 2006 D quarter specifically was part of this program, and it represented the states of Nevada, Nebraska, Colorado, North Dakota, and South Dakota. The D on the coin signifies that it was minted in Denver, where a significant number of U.S. coins are struck. These coins were made in large quantities, so at first glance, a 2006 D quarter might seem like just another piece of pocket change. But, as you'll soon learn, some 2006 D quarters are far from ordinary. There are rare and valuable variations of this coin that could be worth a lot more than the typical 25 cents SO. What makes certain 2006 D quarters so valuable? Well, the answer lies in the existence of rare error coins. Coin collectors, or numismatists, are always on the lookout for errors because they can significantly increase the value of a coin. The 2006 D quarter is no exception. Some 2006 D quarters have been found with minting errors that make them extraordinarily rare and valuable. One of the most notable errors found on these quarters is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is struck multiple times, causing certain features, such as text or images, to appear doubled or misaligned. In the case of the 2006 D quarter, this error typically affects the date or inscriptions, making certain coins much more collectible and sought after. Another important error to watch out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not aligned properly during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or off-center. These errors are much rarer, and finding one can turn a regular quarter into a valuable treasure. Minting errors like these are one of the reasons some 2006 D quarters have fetched prices in the thousands, and sometimes even in the millions, at auctions. Now, let's get into the really exciting part. The $1.2 million 2006 D quarter. Yes, that's right, a 2006 D quarter sold for an incredible $1.2 million at a major coin auction. But how did this particular coin become so valuable? The 2006 D quarter that fetched this staggering price was not just any error coin. It was an example of an extremely rare and unique minting mistake. This particular coin had a combination of multiple errors, making it especially valuable. One of the errors was a significant double die, where the design on the coin was so noticeably doubled that it became a standout piece for collectors. Additionally, this coin was in excellent condition, and the rarity of its specific errors, combined with the fact that it was part of the famous 50-state quarters program, made it a must-have for collectors. The sale of this coin for $1.2 million is a perfect example of how something as simple as a minting error can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a treasure worth millions. But don't be discouraged. While most 2006 D quarters aren't going to fetch that kind of money, they can still be worth far more than face value if you know what to look for. Now that you know about the potential value of the 2006 D quarter, let's talk about how to identify if you have a rare, valuable one in your collection. First, check for any visible minting errors. The most common and valuable errors are the double die and off-center strikes. To spot a double die, carefully examine the inscriptions on the coin, especially the date and the phrase, "In God We Trust." If you see any parts of the letters or numbers that seem doubled or blurry, it could be a double die error, which increases the value of the coin signif. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of coin collecting or just someone who's curious about hidden treasures, today's video is for you. We're diving into a quarter that you might have overlooked, the 2005 D quarter dollar. It may seem like just another quarter, but some of these coins have been known to sell for astronomical amounts. In fact, some 2005 D quarters have been worth as much as $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. This coin, which was minted in Denver, has a fascinating history, and you might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it.so. If you want to learn about the value, history, and how a 2005 D quarter could make you a millionaire, stay tuned, because this video will cover all the exciting details. Let's get started. Let's begin with some background information about the 2005 D quarter. The 2005 D coin is part of the highly successful 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This was a series of commemorative coins issued by the U.S. Mint to honor each state in the Union, with each state getting its own unique quarter design. The 2005 quarters represent 3 states: West Virginia, Kentucky, and Kansas. In particular, the 2005 D quarter that we're talking about today features the Kansas design, which includes a bison and a sunflower, symbols of the state. The reverse also displays the state motto, Ad Astra per Aspera, which translates to the stars through difficulties, referencing the state's pioneering spirit. Now, it's important to note that the D mint mark on the coin indicates that it was minted in Denver, which is one of the primary minting locations for U.S. coins. While the 2005 D quarter was released as part of the regular coinage for general circulation, there's more to it than just its design. Some of these quarters have become highly coveted by collectors due to some rare and interesting minting errors that were made during production. So, what makes the 2005 D quarter dollar stand out from all the other quarters in circulation? The answer lies in the minting errors. In the world of coin collecting, errors can make a coin incredibly valuable. It's these mistakes that turn an ordinary coin into something that's worth thousands, even millions, of dollars. In the case of the 2005 D quarter, there were a few mistakes made during the minting process that have made certain coins worth an extraordinary amount. These errors are known as die errors, which occur when the dies used to strike the coins malfunction or wear out during the minting process. As a result, these mistakes can create unusual characteristics on the coin that make them highly collectible. Some of the most notable errors found in the 2005 D quarter include things like double strikes, misaligned dies, and off-center strikes. These errors are highly sought after because they're rare, and collectors are always looking for coins that stand out from the regular production run. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the $1.5 million 2005 D quarter. Yes, you heard that correctly. One of these quarters, in particular, was sold for an incredible $1.5 million at auction. So, what made this coin so valuable? The coin in question was an error coin, featuring a significant double die obverse, which means the image on the front of the coin was struck more than once. In this case, the doubling was especially noticeable on the letters and numbers, which made the coin stand out from the rest. Double die errors are some of the most coveted by coin collectors, as they are extremely rare and easy to identify when you know what to look for. The 2005 D quarter with this error was graded by professional coin graders and was confirmed to be one of the rarest examples of this type of mistake. When the coin went up for auction, the bidding went through the roof. The rarity, condition, and the error made it one of the highest-priced quarters ever sold. In fact, the sale of this particular 2005 D quarter for $1.5 million set a new record for the value of a modern U.S. quarter. It's important to note that while not every 2005 D quarter is worth millions, this example shows just how much value can be added to a coin through minting errors. The rarity of these errors, combined with the popularity of the 50-state quarters program, made this coin highly desirable to collectors. If you're out there looking through your change and wondering whether your 2005 D quarter could be worth a fortune, you need to know what to look for. Walamo. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin enthusiast or someone who's just interested in discovering hidden treasures, you're in for a treat today. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2015 P quarter dollar, a coin that may seem like just another standard quarter, but in reality, some of these coins could be worth a fortune. Up to $1.60 million. Yes, you heard that right. A 2015 P quarter has sold for a staggering amount at auction, and if you have one in your pocket or collection, it could be worth far more than you think. So, stay tuned as we explore the history behind the 2015 P quarter, how certain ones have become highly valuable, and how you can tell if you might have one that could make you a millionaire. Let's get started. The 2015 P quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which started in 2010 and continues to honor national parks and historic sites across the United States. Each year, 5 new designs are released, each representing a different national park or site. The 2015 P quarter features the design of the Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge in Delaware. This beautiful design depicts a pair of birds in flight, set against a serene backdrop of water and marshland. The design was created by artist Joel Iskowitz and sculpted by engraver Phoebe Hemphill, both of whom contributed to capturing the peaceful and natural essence of the refuge. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 2015 P quarter so special? Is it just the design, or is there something more? Well, let's dive into the details and explore why some of these quarters can be worth so much money. The 2015 P quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's initiative to celebrate the national parks and landmarks of the United States, and it was released alongside 4 other quarters from that year. The goal of the program was to bring awareness to these important places while giving coin collectors something unique and valuable to add to their collections. The mint mark P on the 2015 P quarter indicates that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the first mint facility in the United States. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these quarters, which went into circulation across the country. For most people, these quarters were just regular change, with little thought given to their value beyond 25 cents. However, certain errors in the minting process have made some of these quarters incredibly rare and valuable to collectors. Now, you may be wondering, what makes certain 2015 P quarters worth so much money? It all comes down to a rare minting error that occurred during the production of some of these coins. In particular, one type of error, known as the double die, is what caused some 2015 P quarters to skyrocket in value. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck multiple times by the die, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. This is a rare mistake, and coins with double die errors are highly prized among collectors. The most famous example of this type of error on a 2015 P quarter is the one that was sold for $1.60 million. This specific 2015 P quarter had an extremely noticeable double die on the obverse front of the coin. The doubling was especially apparent on the words E pluribus unum and liberty, which were doubled in such a way that it caught the eye of collectors. The error was so dramatic that it caused a bidding war when it was auctioned off, ultimately selling for the jaw-dropping sum of $1.60 million. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare and valuable 2015 P quarters? If you've got a 2015 P quarter and you think it might be worth something more than 25 cents, here are some key things to look for. 1. Double die errors. As mentioned, double die errors are one of the main reasons a 2015 P quarter can be worth a fortune. The double die error causes the design to appear doubled, with visible separation on letters and numbers. If you notice a doubling on the E pluribus unum, the liberty text, or the date, it could be worth more than you think. Look for noticeable signs of doubling, especially on fine details in the design. Point 2. Off-center strikes. Another error that can make a 2015 P quarter valuable is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not aligned properly when it's struck by the minting press, causing part of the design to be cut off. Off-center coins are highly collectible because of their unique and striking appearance. Point 3. Misaligned dies. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along with our coin collecting videos, or you're just a fan of hidden treasures, today's video is going to be incredibly exciting for you. We're about to explore a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, the 2002 D quarter dollar. But don't be fooled, this quarter has a fascinating history and certain versions of it can be worth a lot of money, up to $1.10 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. Some 2002 D quarters have been sold for mind-blowing amounts at auctions, and if you've got one sitting in your collection or change jar, you might be holding on to a small fortune. So, in this video, we'll explore the history of the 2002 D quarter dollar, the rare errors that make it so valuable, and how you can determine if you have a coin worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Let's jump right in. To start off, let's talk about the basics of the 2002 D quarter dollar. The 2002 D quarter is part of the popular 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program was designed to commemorate the states of the United States by releasing 5 unique quarter designs each year. Each quarter featured a unique design representing a different state, and the program was a huge success, becoming incredibly popular with both coin collectors and everyday people. The 2002 quarter specifically represented the states of Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, and Indiana. The 2002 D quarter is notable for being minted at the Denver Mint, and it features the design for Tennessee. The reverse of the coin depicts a musical staff with a trumpet and a star, symbolizing the state's rich musical heritage, particularly its association with country music and the famous city of Nashville. The obverse features the standard George Washington portrait, which has been on U.S. quarters since 1932. While this quarter may seem like just another piece of currency, it's far more than that to collectors. The 2002 D quarter, like many others, has some rare and valuable versions, especially due to certain minting errors that have occurred during production at SO. What makes some 2002 D quarters so valuable? For most coins, their value is generally tied to their rarity and demand. In the case of the 2002 D quarter, it's the minting errors that make certain examples of this coin worth a small fortune. While the regular 2002 D quarter is worth only 25 cents, some error coins can fetch much higher prices, sometimes even reaching the millions. The key to the high value of these quarters lies in rare errors that occurred during the minting process. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for these mistakes because they are scarce and unique. When errors happen during the production of coins, it can cause some very interesting and unusual features that make them highly collectible and desirable. Some of the most valuable 2002 D quarters have errors like double strikes, off-center strikes, and misaligned dies. These errors are not commonly found, which is why they are sought after by collectors. Let's get to the most exciting part, the $1.1 million 2002 D quarter. Yes, one of these quarters was sold for over $1 million at auction. So, what made this particular coin so valuable? This coin was a double die error, which is one of the most sought-after types of errors in the world of coin collecting. A double die error happens when a coin is struck multiple times by the die, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. In this case, the doubling was extremely noticeable and prominent, particularly on the word Liberty and the date. The doubling was so dramatic that it was immediately clear to collectors that this was no ordinary coin. When this 2002 D quarter was auctioned, it quickly gained the attention of serious collectors. The rarity of the double die error combined with the perfect condition of the coin made it incredibly valuable. After an intense bidding war, the coin was sold for $1.1 million, setting a new record for the highest priced 2002 D quarter. It's important to note that while not every 2002 D quarter will be worth $1 million, this sale demonstrates how rare and valuable these error coins can be. If you're lucky enough to find a 2002 D quarter with an error like this, you could be sitting on a fortune. Now, you may be wondering how you can tell if your 2002 D quarter is one of the rare and valuable ones. While most of the 2002 D quarters are worth just 25 cents, certain errors make some of the. Hello, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel, Rarest Coins. If you've ever wondered about the true value of the coins in your pocket, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're going to explore a coin that might look like just another quarter at first glance, but it has a fascinating history and can be worth a lot of money, up to $1.20 million. We're talking about the 2000 D quarter dollar, a coin that has earned a place in the world of rare and valuable coins because of some unique errors that make certain versions highly sought after by collectors. So, if you have any 2000 D quarters sitting in your collection or maybe even in your change jar, stick around as we uncover what makes this coin so special and how you could potentially make a lot of money from it. Let's dive in. The 2000 D quarter dollar is part of the 50-state quarters program, which was a huge initiative launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999. The goal of this program was to celebrate each of the 50 states of the United States with a series of commemorative quarter designs. Every year, 5 new quarters were released, each featuring a design that represented a different state. The 2000 D quarter is no exception. In fact, it's one of the quarters that is part of the program's 5th year of releases, celebrating the state of South Carolina. The reverse design of this quarter shows a beautiful image of a palmetto tree and a crescent moon, symbols of South Carolina's state flag. The year 2000 is prominently displayed, and the mint mark D tells us that this coin was minted at the Denver Mint. While the 2000 D quarter was produced in large quantities and circulated widely, it's not just the design that has made this coin particularly interesting to collectors. The true value of this coin lies in some very specific errors that occurred during its production, which we'll dive into in just a moment. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 2000 D quarter so valuable? The answer lies in some extremely rare minting errors that occurred during production. For most coins, their value is tied to their rarity, demand, and condition, and for some of these quarters, it's the minting errors that make them highly valuable. You see, even though millions of 2000 D quarters were minted and released into circulation, certain ones contain mistakes. Errors that were unnoticed by the mint at the time and ended up being extremely rare. Collectors go wild for these types of error coins because they are unique and very difficult to find. One of the most sought-after errors in the 2000 D quarter is the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck multiple times by the die, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. These errors are highly collectible, and the 2000 D double die error is one of the most prized of its kind, commanding prices of up to $1.2 million for the right coin. Let's talk about the most exciting part, the $1.2 million 2000 D quarter. So, what made this particular coin worth so much money? This coin is one of the most famous error coins in recent years, and its value skyrocketed due to a rare double die error. Double die errors are caused by a misalignment in the minting process, where the die strikes the coin more than once. This causes parts of the design, such as text and images, to appear as though they are doubled. In the case of the 2000 D quarter, the error was particularly noticeable on the word Liberty and the date 2000. The doubling was so dramatic that collectors immediately recognized it as a valuable error. When this coin was auctioned off, it quickly gained attention from high-profile collectors and investors. After an intense bidding war, the coin was sold for $1.2 million, which is an incredible amount for a coin that would normally be worth just 25 cents. While not all 2000 D quarters are worth this much, this sale demonstrated just how much collectors are willing to pay for rare minting errors. The dramatic doubling on the coin's design made it stand out, and its sale at such a high price set a new record for 2000 D quarters. So, now that you know how much the 2000 D quarter can be worth, you're probably wondering how you can tell if you've got one of these rare and valuable coins. While most 2000 D quarters are worth just 25 cents, there are some key things to look for that might signal you have a rare error coin on your hands. Here are some tips to help you identify a valuable 2000 D quarter. 1. Look for double die errors. The most valuable 2000 D quarters are those with D.